American culture has changed immensely since Civil War times. There are also some great similarities between now and then. Sports, music, and fashion are some very important culture topics. One of the most loved sports back then is also a greatly enjoyed sport today. It's called baseball. The sport was invented during the war. Another popular part of American culture is music. Back during the Civil War, Julia Ward Howe was one of the great lyricists. She wrote the Battle Hymn of the Republic and the anthem for the Union Army. Even though the anthem was catchy, it still doesn't match up to today's hip-hop and funk. The majority of popular music today is more upbeat and consisting of techno noises and electric instruments, which did not even exist during Civil War times.
Modern fashion and fashion in the 1800s have many differences, but also some commonalities. Women back then only wore dresses like hoop skirts, but in modern times, women wore skirts, shorts, and pants and fancy dresses mostly on special occasions. Men back then would often wear coats with tails and top hats, but nowadays, men usually don't wear top hats or coats with tails. Baseball caps and hoodies are very popular among men these days. These scenes show how time was spent during the long days as a Civil War soldier and how famous dressmakers could make a special occasion even better.
I'm so bored. What can I do with this rock that'll entertain me?
Baseball. We can play baseball.
But I don't know how to play baseball.
I can teach you.
Can you teach me too? I've seen people play and it looks like real fun.
Come on, teach us all.
All right, then here, take this large stick. Someone will chuck the rock. Someone else will hit it. The hitter, also known as the batter, will run like the wind around the bases.
Simple enough.
All right, let's get to it.
I'll bat.
I'll throw.
Here's the dress you've been waiting for.
Thank you. It's beautiful. The design is amazing.
Does it meet all your requirements?
Yes.
Your wife's right over there. She might overhear.
Overhear what?
Oh, maybe it's a present for our wedding anniversary. It's coming up tomorrow.
Can you please give it to me now?
I guess you'll have to wait.
Well, your anniversary is tomorrow, so might as well give it to her now.
I hope you love it as much as I do. Miss Keckley worked on it for 3 weeks.
It's beautiful. It's so nice. Thank you so much.
Well, I do love spending my life making dresses, especially for you, Mary.
Slavery has been in existence as early as the 1500s and maybe even earlier. Slavery was a horrible thing that still sometimes happens today. Slavery, along with a feud over states' rights, were some of the main issues that contributed to the Civil War. Slaves were often sold, traded, and physically abused, and some were often separated from their families. Some slaves worked inside the homes on the plantation, but most worked outside in the hot fields. This is the story of one strong, amazing, brave slave who escaped. Back then, she was known as Belle Bunfrey, but today we know her as Sojourner Truth. Watch her epic rise to the stage from slavery, where she inspires many with her Ain't I a Woman speech.
Next up, we have a hard-working, strong female slave. Now we will start the band. 25.
$30.
45. Come on, she's a fine slave.
$55.
75. Going once, going twice.
I say $100.
Saltine Man jacket.
Pick that cotton fast, you dirty little pigs.
You guys better pick that cotton faster, or he'll whip till he can't walk.
I really don't want to be whipped.
Who wants to be whipped?
Hey, stop chatting or I'll really whip you. Says who? That's what you get for talking back.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Special Women's event. Today we are very fortunate to have a special guest speaker. She has escaped the horrors of slavery. She is strong, amazing, and brave. Her name is Sojourner Truth.
Thank you all for coming here today, but I have something very harsh to tell you all. That man over there says women should be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches. No man ever helps me into carriages and lifts me over ditches. Ain't I, woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I've plowed, planted, and gathered into barns. No man could ever heed me. Ain't I, woman? Obliged for you to hear me, but old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say.
Sojourner Truth was not the only game changer. Harriet Tubman was later known for setting hundreds of slaves free. She did this by using the Underground Railroad. Using a secret network of abolitionists, Miss Tubman and others worked to rescue slaves from their southern captors and take them to the north and even to Canada. Even though Harriet was harmed as a young slave by the abuse of her masters, this did not stop her from going back to slavery time and time again to ensure other slaves' freedom. Just before the war, Harriet Beecher Stowe bravely wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin, which exposed people to the hidden horror of slavery in the South.
You must get in this river so the dogs cannot smell you.
Are you sure about this? We'll be sitting ducks.
Yes, I'm sure. Now move. We will be hiding, not sitting.
How do you know this plan will work, Harriet Tubman?
I've saved over 300 slaves just like you. I'm confident this will work. Now no more questions. Move. I can hear the dogs barking. Go now.
But I'm scared, Harriet. What if my baby cries?
She will not. Here, give her this sack of sugar to suck on. It will keep her quiet for many hours.
I don't have that much faith in this plan, Harriet.
Please, we have to go right now. We're almost there. There is a man who will take you into his home and you will be safe. Here he comes.
Good day, Mr. Lincoln. It's so marvelous to see you today. I'm guessing you have brought me here today to talk about my book, Uncle Tom's Cabin?
So you're the little lady who started this great war. I know you didn't start the war, but you sure did stir up some controversy. Thank you for meeting me here today. I would like to congratulate you on this fine book and tell you that you changed the country and the fine people within it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lincoln. That's such an honor hearing that from you.
You did change this country, and someone needs to congratulate you on it. I wish you very much luck in your future, Miss Stowe, and I hope you keep making these fine books.
As well to you, Mr. Lincoln.
Women played important parts in the Civil War. Some used the gossip from parties and sold the information using their looks and charm to deceive men. Some were nurses and saved many soldiers' lives. Women were not allowed to be soldiers, but some disguised themselves as men and passed undetected as men. Often education was frowned upon for women, and women's rights were virtually non-existent. They didn't even have the right to vote.
Some women stood up for themselves. Unfortunately, most are arrested when they did. They also didn't get paid the same amount as men. Harriet Beecher Stowe wrote a book that opened people's eyes to the horrors of slavery. There were famous women on both sides of the war-torn country. Belle Boyd was another famous woman, but she was a Confederate spy. She used her looks to get the information that she needed and then sold the information to the Confederates.
Thank you for coming. Belle and I are so glad you can make it. I heard about your last battle. How dreadful.
I can't believe we lost the battle. What a disaster. So many men's lives.
I believe that the duties come
Ladies present.
They got all 5 of the best cannons. I played dead, and I'm lucky to be alive.
How dreadful to see so many comrades lose their lives. Once your division has recovered, where will you be heading?
Now, Belle, these gentlemen cannot tell you that.
Tonight we're all friends, enjoying each other's company. Let's not talk about the war.
Shall we?
Go on, tell me your plans. I wish I could help in some way. I hate that women are not useful in battle.
We're headed down south. General Grant believes in the Anaconda plan. We plan to squeeze those rebels from all sides. Now don't you be telling anyone, especially that Southern officer who you seem to be friends with.
I wouldn't think of it. I just love the drama of it all. Deliver this message to General Lee. Be quick and quiet about it. Make sure no one notices you at all.
Yes, ma'am.
Be sure to come home a different way that you go. I don't want anyone following you.
I will, ma'am. I'll take extra care.
Belle Boyd was not the only spy that sold secrets to the Confederates. Rose O'Neal Greenhow was a Confederate spy who used her hospitality and charm to get information from lonely Union soldiers. Some have said that these female spies were some of the best politicians of the time period.
Once when Greenhow's suspicious activity was reported to General Grant, he sent the cavalry to storm in and capture her. After entering her house, they successfully did arrest Rose Greenhow and she was sent to jail, but not without a fight. Watch how this famous story about Rose Greenhow played out on that fateful day when she was captured for her betrayal to the Union.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to my house. I have made some freshly baked cookies and some tea. Would you like any?
Some tea would be nice, but we'll pass on the cookies. Thank you, Mrs. Greenhow.
So, how has your day been after all your hard work, gentlemen?
Excellent. You finally found a good attack plan against the Confederates. We are sure it is going to work.
Very interesting. If you showed me the blueprints, I could make some recommendations.
Miss Greenhow, because I am sure we can trust you, we have made secret plans on this quilt.
Here they are. We plan to surround the Confederates, then force them to surrender.
Very interesting. I wonder what would happen if you moved this regiment more to the eastern side of the battlefield and this regiment more to the top.
Well, I suppose those plans would work in the actual battle, but we have to get going now. Thank you for the good conversation and the exquisite tea.
This is very nice of you, Mrs. Greenhow, for inviting me over.
And thank you for coming, Mr. Smith.
We know you're out there risking your life. You're a great help to the Confederacy. Do you have notes for General Lee?
Yes, I do. They're upstairs. Would you like them now?
Rose Greenhow, we know you're selling secrets to the Confederacy.
I need help.
Is everything okay, Rose?
There's Union soldiers on the stairs. They know that I have a journal full of their secrets. Is it hidden?
I heard that. You do have the journal. I'll shoot you if I have to. It's not cocked. Give me the journal. You're under arrest.
Ulysses S. Grant, famous commander of the Union troops, played a very important role in the Civil War. He, along with dozens of loyal, courageous heroes on both sides of the war between the states, fought hard to preserve their way of life and values. The political leaders of the day had many challenges to face, not unlike the political climate in the U.S. in 2016. Sometimes a compromise had to be reached. The Emancipation Proclamation was one such compromise during the Civil War. While it only served to free slaves in the Union states, it did give encouragement to slaves in the Confederate states that change was possible. Hope was rising.
Here's the Emancipation Proclamation, sir, Mr. Lincoln.
Thank you, Butler Adams. Whereas on the 22nd day of September, in the year of our Lord, 1862, a proclamation was issued by the President of the United States containing, among other things, the following to it.
Honey, are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yes, I think it's the right thing to do for the country.
Well, okay, I support you in any choice you make.
This, I hope, shall bring peace to the country. I shall announce this to the country.
Even as President Lincoln was finalizing the Emancipation Proclamation, the battles raged on. Mr. Lincoln was known for employing many scientists and inventors to help the Union gain advantage over the Confederates. Even so, the Confederates had many high-tech inventions up their sleeves, even the first submarine.
Today, the technology has advanced. Radar guides submarines so that they can go a lot deeper than before. Now, if a boat starts to sink, the boat has a pump system to get rid of the water so they can stay afloat. In the 1800s, armies and soldiers had wooden and ironclad ships, Gatling guns and double-barreled cannons, and sometimes submarines. In this century, armies have radars, guns, turrets, tanks, missiles, and drones. Today's submarines are built bigger and meant to hold a variety of missiles and torpedoes. Back then, the sub was so small, only small amounts of artillery were able to be carried aboard.
On February 17, 1864, there was a battle between a Confederate submarine named the H.L. Hunley and a Union warship called the USS Housatonic. The captain of the Hunley was George Dixon. The captain of the warship was named Charles W. Pickering.
We have to attack the Union Housatonic warship while it's still at anchorage. Prepare the cannons! Full speed ahead!
We're at full speed, sir.
Captain, we're low on ammo. What should we do?
Fire everything we've got!
Are you sure?
Yes, just do it! 5 cannons, quick!
Prepare to fire! They're preparing to fire! Ready! Aim! Fire!
Captain, the cannons aren't firing. Our only other option is to ram.
The submarine cannons aren't firing. It's not working.
Good idea! Prepare to ram! Let's build up speed!
They're stopped. Prepare to shoot back.
Aye, aye, Captain. Prepare to shoot. Ready?
Prepare for impact!
Game changers can be people, places, or things. They change things and are often role models. One such game changer is Clara Barton. Clara Barton was the founder of the organization, the American Red Cross. The American Red Cross is an organization that helps people in need and that are hurt. During the Civil War, Clara attended to soldiers. She risked her life for the lives of others. Many called her the angel of mercy on the battlefield.
Thank you, Miss Barton.
No problem. Hello, Edmund. It is sure a very bloody battle. How are you feeling?
My wounds are healing, but my fever is worse now than it ever was.
That's not good.
It's just getting worse, and I think the spirits are ready to take me.
No, they're not. Would it help for you to talk about the battle?
I guess it would do.
Well, I just don't think everybody should fight, as it says in the Constitution.
I agree, but I'm cold. Do you have a quilt I could use?
Can we talk a little more about the battle?
Well, it's a bloody day for both sides.
Oh.
The Potomac Army sent mounted assaults against Robert E. Lee.
Is Robert E. Lee fighting back?
Of course. This battle will be fought for the children.
In your honor, I promise I will start an organization for people who need help. I'll call it the American Red Cross.
Greetings, families. Greetings, families of the loved ones who have been lost from the war. This day brings much sadness, and we must remember our families forever. They risked their lives for us, and in the end they'll be paid respect and will never be forgotten. We now welcome onto the stage.
What's your name?
Edward Everett and our beloved President Lincoln.
Surely I am not ashamed of any of their achievements, but I am sure they will join us in saying goodbye to the martyr heroes who risked their life for us. There is nothing more marvelous than the Battle of Gettysburg. I now introduce our beloved President, Abraham Lincoln.
Fourscore and 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether a nation, or any nation, so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of war. We come here today to dedicate a portion of the field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives as a nation that might live.
The signed surrender of General Lee at the Appomattox Courthouse was only one piece of writing during the Civil War. Influential writing during this time period included songs, speeches, poems, and other pieces of literature. Just days after the document of surrender was signed, President Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth while he was enjoying a date with his wife. The country was devastated.
One of Lincoln's close friends and neighbors, Walt Whitman, wrote a poem to commemorate his beloved leader's life and death. Whitman is one of the most famous American poets. He recited, "O Captain, my Captain," at Abraham Lincoln's memorial service. Writers like Harry Beecher Stowe, Frederick Douglass, Louisa May Alcott, William Lloyd Garrison, and even Lincoln as a speechwriter made a lasting impact on the times. Fortunately, these writers helped freedom to ring on the United States. Today we celebrate many famous writers who entertain us and help us look at difficult topics that we need to change in our own culture.
I have won the greatly suffered war. I believe that it is in your best interest to surrender so that both of us do not have to see any more lives suffer from the loss of their family members. General Lee, will you surrender?
I'm sorry, but I do not have a choice.
General Grant, I surrender.
Hello, fellow friends and loved ones of Abraham Lincoln. We join here on this sorrowful day not only to mourn but to remember this wonderful man. I'd also like to acknowledge the fact that Mary Todd Lincoln and her dressmaker Elizabeth Keckley are here to honor our fearless leader. Saying a few words is Walt Whitman.
O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm, he has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object won. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead.
Hey, I know another thing we can do to drive away our boredom. Let's play Oh Susanna. We all love that song.
All right, 1, 2, 3.